Baier anchor of Special Report. Bret, good afternoon to you. We are told that more documents will be made public. Don't know when, but we just got a dump about 15 minutes ago. What have you heard today? What does this Flynn matter mean?
Well, it's significant. You have these documents that show what the FBI was doing with these agents going to interview the National Security Advisor, Michael Flynn, and what Jim Comey talked about setting all of that up. In these new documents, Crossfire Razor, CR, is what this investigation into Michael Flynn is called. Crossfire Hurricane, you may remember, was the broader investigation into the Trump campaign and the Trump White House and the administration. And in these documents, it essentially says that they're going to set up this questioning, not telling him what it's really about, in the hopes that either you get the truth or you get him to lie and get him fired. And Jonathan Turley, Bill, who we know very well, law professor, says, "I've been a criminal defense attorney for decades. I've seen abusive tactics. However, this one is one of the most thuggish records I have seen. Most concerning is that they were trying to create a crime, not investigating a crime. The use of the Logan Act, which we've talked about before, only highlights that bias." I think it's significant.
I know you interviewed James Comey, and we've seen quite a bit of that. I want you to reflect on that in a moment. I want you to listen to this soundbite from December of 2018. So this is soundbite number 2, guys. Nicole Wallace from MSNBC asking Comey, how'd you get 2 guys in the White House? And this was the way he answered that here in New York.
I sent them. Something I probably wouldn't have done or maybe gotten away with in a more organized investigation, a more organized administration. The FBI wanted to send agents into the White House itself to interview a senior official. You would work through the White House counsel, and there'd be discussions and approvals and who would be there. And I thought, it's early enough. Let's just send a couple guys over.
You listen to that now, and you hear it with a different ear, Bret.
They really do. And I asked a similar question when I had James Comey on the set of Special Report about the early efforts with Michael Flynn, and it was a similar answer. I think it does take a different tone as you listen back to that. And it can be characterized as a setup. Some analysts are saying this is what happens, but it's not really what happens in the big scheme of things. If you look at what happened to Michael Flynn and all the coverage after that moment and all he's dealt with since.
Before he answers that, he says under a Bush administration or Obama administration, maybe it would have been different. But he seemed to suggest he was seizing the opportunity of an administration that had just come into the White House. Quickly on the Joe Biden matter, nothing yet from him directly. I know Peter Doocy's listening to it. From yesterday, the Washington Post editorial said this: Biden should address the Tara Reade allegations and release relevant records. You're seeing more of the media come around to this, not entirely, but slowly. What does Joe Biden do here, do you believe?
He's got to address it. It's like a snowball going down a hill. It's gaining more and more snow as it gets bigger, and it is being covered by the mainstream media. I think really the disparity is so huge as you watch House Speaker Nancy Pelosi answer questions about what she said and called for in the Bret Kavanaugh allegations and how that was handled, and what she's saying today. She didn't really answer those questions today at a briefing on Capitol Hill. I think that is really what's stark if you look at some of the people who spoke out before. As far as the details, we're going to have to wait and see. And Tara Reade's obviously going to have to answer questions. We hope she does it on Fox.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens. We will see you Sunday night, 7 to 9 Eastern Time from the Lincoln Memorial for a town hall with the president. Very much looking forward to that, Bret. Just want to